Also live right on our YouTube channel. Yay, we're live. You're welcome here. My name is Wendy Ologe, the intentional parent. All right. So I know that we have lots and lots of people who are new, both on our YouTube channel and as well as on our Facebook group. My name is Wendy Ologe. I am the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. Yay! So we're here streaming live on this topic. It's our Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we're here sharing on one topic or the other. So you're welcome. Thank you for joining me right here. I can see that a lot of people are already here. If you're watching me, wherever you're watching me from, please write in the comment section. Say hi and tell me where you're watching me from. Good afternoon, Ruth. Good afternoon, Tino. Good afternoon, Maya. I can see lots and lots of people already here on our YouTube channel. I don't know if I can be seen on Facebook. Please, if you're here, please say hi. And as soon as you say hi, we'll see your chat. Thank you so much. Tell me where you are watching me from if you're just coming on now. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Nkechi. Thank you, Betchy. I can see you all. Today, we're treating an interesting topic. You know, when we were talking about this in the office, and the team and I, and we were talking about why when a child should have a phone. A lot of people had reached out to me to ask me this question directly. So we just thought, so let's do a live class and answer these questions. Of course, you already know that Tuesday is our Q&A. So if you're just joining me for the very first time here, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. All right. And for those of us who are just joining on our Facebook group for the first time, this is Wendy Ologe. I am the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. I'm the author of the book Connect to Correct. Yay, I'm wearing a t-shirt that says that. Connect to Correct, the discipline that works, and from yelling to calm. I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. What else? What else do you want to know about me? So that's the Wendy Ologe you would have seen, share stuff here in the group. So you're welcome. We're going to go straight into this conversation. What age should I give my child a phone? What age should I give my child a phone? Hi, Joma. Thank you. Thank you for being here. All right. What age should I give my child a phone? I can see the people on Facebook telling me where they're watching me from. I cannot see conversations on YouTube. How come? Meanwhile, on Facebook, we usually have more people having conversations than. So today is a little bit different. Yeah. Okay. All right. So at what age should I give my child a phone? That's what we're talking about today. I'm going to share some interesting statistics before we even start off with you. Maybe that statistics will help you understand why this topic has become a very crucial topic that we must all have. Right? We must start these conversations that have become very, very, very eminent. So 62% of teenagers admit that they use their phones past bedtime. All right. So when we say past bedtime, we're saying they are using their phone after everybody must have slept. Hi, you see. 77% admit to texting and tweeting when they should be asleep. These are proven statistics. 67% of teachers find that smartphones distract today's teens most of the time. Only 15% of parents know their child's online habits. These are proven. Only 15% of every single one of us here, right? 44% of teens admitted that they've watched something online their parents wouldn't approve of. And only 24% were aware of it. 44%. Right? Teens say texting is their number one driver distraction and is the leading cause of accidents as well. That's another statistics. Teenagers also say texting is their number one. 90% of children aged 8 to 16 have seen pornography online. 8 to 16. These days when we talk to parents say, oh no, but my child is not online. My child does not have a phone. Let me shock you. Before you come to this conversation and say, no, my child does not have a phone, or you just say one thing and just brush it off, oh, I shouldn't be here. Your child might actually be seeing some of these things we're talking about without having a phone. So the earlier you understand that this conversation has become key, the more important it is, and where we begin to actually see a lot of these things from another perspective, right? So 90% of children between ages of 8 to 16, that's huge, and this is disturbing, have seen online pornography. Many times we were saying, oh, but my child is not online, but your child plays game on your phone. The other day, it was a video that went viral of a particular parent who was looking at, they were looking at the phone. And I found out that, when the child is on, it was a gay ad that was being targeted on the child. And it was reading. So their sense was reading that it was a child playing the game. When they play it as adults, those adverts don't come up. So you can also say, but my teenagers or even my toddlers don't see these things. Oh, they are 8. Oh, they don't have a phone, but they play games on your phone, right? 70% of children ages 7 to 18 have accidentally encountered online pornography. 70% ages 7 to 18 have accidentally encountered online pornography through web search while doing their homework. Right? So all those times we're saying, but they are just doing homework. 70% of those children have actually accidentally encountered online porn. The largest group of porn consumers are children between the ages of 12 and 17. Did you hear that? The largest group ever of porn consumers are children between the ages of 12 and 17. You should be worried. Oh, yes. When I saw the statistics, I was worried myself. 71% of teen girls, 67% of boys who sent sexually suggestive content online posted it to a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Girls than boys are more susceptible to cyberbullying. These statistics are from gadchild.com. You can check it out yourself. I didn't bring it out. So these statistics should worry you. But irrespective of these negatives, smartphone, technology, all these things can actually be highly productive for your child. So technology now holds the central position of the tide of things in the today, whether you want to agree or not. So it is here to stay with us. So instead of fighting this thing, I will actually say that you shouldn't fight. You shouldn't fight. You should learn. Then what do I do? That's the question you should be asking. So when parents come, I say caution, not fear. Don't parent with fear. Parent with caution. When you get to know this, statistics, you get to understand exactly what this is about, then it's a lot more easier to now parent from the place of knowledge. But the moment you are looking at this from the place of fear, you are also going to ruin it all. So the games have changed. So there's nothing like no in our time. I say that it's parents who are culturally unintelligent. One day I'm going to do a class on cultural intelligence in parenting the Gen Z child. They are the ones that say in my time, because your time is totally gone. This tech world is where we are. And like I said, don't say, but my child is not online, so this is not applicable to my child. It's applicable to a lot of children in the today. So let's go there. All right. And you know, a lot of people came to this class with the idea of, I want to hear what age should I just hand my child over a smartphone. It's actually pretty interesting that we are most important, you know, the most important thing for us is also when can I just give the child? But the question is, what should I do? That should be the question. What should I do first before handing my child over a smartphone? You just come and just say, just take. You know, it's like telling a child who doesn't know how to drive and say, take the car key, get into the car, and keep moving. That's what we're doing. And I'm seeing a lot of parents do this every day. Most parents come up, and what you see them do is take a smartphone. You celebrate the age of the child with a smartphone. You celebrate the age of a child with a smartphone. You say, oh, my child is 14. So my child has reached the age to take smartphone. What's that? It's just like saying, oh, so, or you say, all my children's mates now have a smartphone. So it means my child have reached the age to take smartphone. There's nothing like that. There is absolutely nothing like that. So if you have given your child a smartphone without doing these things I'm going to reel for you today, retrieve it and start all over. That's my advice, my candid advice to you today. All right. So when it comes to just, smartphones, you must understand that these things all come in the same, system, smartphones, gadgets, whatever it is. First of all, our goal is to raise tech savvy children. Yes, I know we want to raise tech savvy children. We want to raise children who, are going to really know how to do stuff. But unfortunately, that's not what we're doing. We're not raising tech savvy children. We are raising tech social children, socially active, right? That's what we're raising. So let me tell you the difference. The tech savvy children who will learn the tech apps, the tools, and create solutions through tech is different from children who are consuming tech. They're not the same. We're raising children who are consuming tech. Of course, it's just focused on entertainment. Consumption of tech is focused on entertainment. They're not creating, they are consuming what has been created. They're not the same. So when you are putting up what has been created, you're consuming is entertainment. And what are they consuming? Social media, game. That's what they're consuming. Social media, game. So the latter, that's the one that consumes, the social tech people were raising, consumes time and resources. It consumes time and resources, while the former is about creating solutions and being productive. So, what is your goal? Is your goal to raise a tech savvy child, or is your goal to raise a socially tech child? Is your goal to raise a socially tech child? This is one of the reasons why we are more interested in handing over a phone to our children, because we just want them to consume tech. We, the parents, do not even understand anything about tech savvy, tech social. So most of our children are just tech socials. They're not creating solutions. The number one thing you need to ask yourself, what is my reason for actually wanting to hand over this tech to my child? What is my reason? That's number one. You must be able to, look at your goal. What goal do you have? Is your goal because Mama Emeka's children have been using phones since they were 10? So as soon as my child drops 10, bam, I'm going to hand my child over a phone. If you are in that, if you are in that table, if you're on that table, calm down, calm down, calm down. We are here to bring you down from the table, right? Are you on the table that, oh, that once my child reaches 13, research says that 13 is a good time to hand my child over a tech phone? You are also on the wrong table, the table we are breaking today. So climb down before we break it so that you don't fall from it. So when it comes to raising children and tech, you must understand a whole lot of things. Now, before you hand over any form of gadget, it doesn't matter whether it's a smartphone, whether it's a tablet, because I've heard parents say, hey, it's not a smartphone, it's a tablet. Yeah, my child is just playing game on the tablet. I'm like, wow, they don't even understand it. Whether it's a smartphone, a tablet, or your phone, whatever, you must look at a lot of parameters before you do that. All right? So, are you willing to create tech savvy children, or are you going to be creating tech consumers? What is your child going to be doing with that phone? That's the very first question that you would need to answer that is most important. All right. You said she's already down from the table. Thank you for coming down, right? All right. So a gadget is anything: a phone, a laptop, a tablet, a PlayStation, a smart TV. So while some people are there telling me, actually don't use phone, but you have smart TV in your home. Aha. Yes, we got you that. You have a smart TV in your home. So provided you have a smart TV, your child have PlayStation, tablet, laptop, phone, it means that you have handed them down a gadget. And if you have, and you have not done any of these things, then you need to rethink your process. And many times we say things like, oh, so when should I have a smartphone? But before you hand over any gadget at all to your child, I'm going to be reading this checklist from a book that I read sometime. It's a guide to help you know when a child is ready for a gadget and to build personal guidelines. Number one thing you need to check is, how old is this child? How old is this child? You need to actually be able to understand age. How old is my child? All right? That's the number one thing. Number two is, how witty is my child? Is it very quiet? Not at all. How self-controlled, number three, or disciplined is this child? Remember that the developmental process of every child is different. So don't tell me, oh, so my child has turned 13. We need to celebrate it with a smartphone. And you've not been able to do any of these things, you're going to ruin that child completely. So don't even make that error. Don't even make that mistake. Why are you giving your child this phone? That's the next question you need to ask. Why are you giving your child this phone? What is it for? For communication? For assignment? For others? When the purpose of a thing is not known, like they say, abuse is inevitable. You're going to abuse it if the purpose is not known. Will you consider? Number two is, how witty. Witty, is your child quiet? Your child witty and all that. What is the difference, right? And number five is, will you consider your child using a phone, a desktop, instead of just a smartphone? What you are going to be doing, is it something that your child can do on a system instead of a smartphone? These are questions that you need to answer. Another thing you want to answer is, how long will this child be using this gadget? Will it have access to the internet? Are you answering these questions? Will it be restricted? What time will the internet access be? What type of app? It actually goes on and on. One of the things that we've been able to do is to put up a guide, right? To put up a guide to actually be able to help parents be able to put this structure together, because this class might not be able to give you that whole, thing that you need to look at. But let's go. I'm going to share about the guide as we go. All right. So these are some of the things that you must do before you give your child a phone. Number one, go through the checklist. So that guide is also going to have that checklist that I've just shared with you, so that you will go through it, know what it is exactly that you want to be doing. Then, number two, you need to create a family value system that your child is aware of. So I had a personal session yesterday. I had a personal session yesterday with a parent, and the session was on creating a social roadmap for your Gen Z child. The parent is here watching as well. Creating a social roadmap for your Gen Z child was intense. We broke it down, and part of the things, the things I needed her to do before we had the next session was that she should go and create a family value system that her child is aware of. A lot of the times you ask parents, "Do you have a family value system?" They say yes. Do your children know about it? No. And tomorrow we say, "Oh, the child went into pornography. Oh, the child watched this one. Oh, the child did that one." If you're not guiding your child through these things, your child will lose it. And you know the unfortunate thing. What we're doing when we hand over these phones as our children turn 10, 13, or whatever age that we've decided in our head, is that we have just taken them to the world. It's called wide world web. We've just taken them to that open place and say, just go there, get lost. Do you know how many children we have dealt with who are constantly addicted to pornography via just having access to phone? Don't get me wrong. My children use gadgets. But because we have, family value system, we have a media plan. Your media plan, your family media plan is not something you say by the mouth. Too. It's not something you are saying in our house. We are not. It is something that is tangible that everybody would see. So the first thing is your family value system. Do your children even know? Or you're just shouting, "I just have a family value system." Do you even know how to create one? Do you know how to create one? A family value, how to create a family value, right? And the next thing that you must do, the B, that's number three, is that you must create a family media plan. So what we have done in the past, my team just put together a family media plan, a guide, because we've shared this over and again, and parents keeps coming back and saying, "I really do not understand." In that guide is to be able to help parents set guidelines around media use. And this is strongly recommended. What is a family media plan? Now, please note, a family media plan is not something you say by the mouth, is a written document. Is a working document. You can review it on a regular basis and keep it relevant. But make sure that you get your child to understand what this is about. What is this about? So in our course, walking your child through, in fact, if you have any child that is from age 8 and above, please, I am begging you, get yourself to enroll for this course, because it's also going to help your child. Because what it is that is in the course, helps you be able to walk through this whole system with your children, and not just, just you a lot of the times. All right. So this course in itself gives you access to be able to understand a lot of things that we're not talking about. Today in the group, I shared the post and I said, if your sex education is still at the point where you're still telling your child private part, public part, there's something wrong. Oh. There is something wrong. There's something wrong with that sex education. Sex education has moved, though. What I'm discussing with you is part of what is in that course. What I'm discussing with you is part of what is in that course. This is just a unit, a subunit. That course has what it is about puberty, the puberty fact, when puberty starts, the signs, then you also have each of the module have reviews with your child. Then we also discussed the tenor stages, all the tenor stages that you have, right? All the tenor stages. Then the attitudes and the characteristics that increases and decreases as puberty is going. All the things you're beating your children for is all in the knowledge base. That's what it is. And then each of it has a module project you will do with your child. So your child is in the know what you're doing. It also has a module, it has 10 modules called Understanding Your Child During Puberty. How it affects learning, the puberty brain, the problem you need to solve, and all that. And then it has a module called porn literacy. In this module, we shared on strategies of how to help your child with pornography, how to start the porn conversations. We are not having these conversations. Meanwhile, people are having these conversations for us. And the more we are not having these conversations, the more our children are running into trouble online. It pains me when I see parents beat children. It pains me when I see parents beat children for getting into pornography. You should beat yourself. You should beat yourself. It is very important for you to know that if your child stumbles on pornography and then you begin to beat the child, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with your whole parenting system that you should resolve. It's not the child's fault. There are things that you have, conversations that you haven't had that you should have. So in that, course, that module has porn conversation, sex education is porn education. We are talking porn because the world is not, they are not stopping. The world is giving it to the children bumper to bumper. Children are getting into porn at age 8. And you're saying you should not teach your children what pornography is exactly? Come on. If you're not teaching your child these things, your sex education is blabberdash. Trust me. You have an 8-year-old, you've not stepped up from, when somebody touches you, you are joking, joking. You are joking. Trust me when I say so. You are joking. You need to begin to think. Anytime I talk and people say, spare the rod. Spare the rod what? You're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you're talking about beating a child. A child gets into porn. Children are getting into porn every single day. We are tired of sitting down and we are having 8-year-olds, poor children, just because you have refused to learn, just because you do not know how to teach your child, just because you have refused to have tech conversations with your children. Come on. It's so painful because these children should have actually been saved if only you knew exactly what you are doing. The responsibility is on you to teach your child. In that module, what shares you, how do I know that my child is viewing porn? Your child might be viewing porn, you don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know. A parent rushed to us sometime and said, her 13-year-old shared nude picture to a boy. A 13-year-old. And then we're here just saying, no, the children, they don't know anything. Like, seriously? The module 5 talks about tech conversations. The module 6 talks about about LGBT. I know when people tell me they want to go to Google and go and find all these things, go to Google and find LGBT. You're going to see. The Google will tell you that it's okay. It is all right. There is nothing wrong with it. LGBT is fine. That's what Google is going to tell you. By telling you come and learn what exactly it is and how, you say, you want to go to Google. Google, I searched. In fact, I was talking to a parent. I said, go and do a research on LGBTQ. Google tells you that it's fine. There's nothing wrong. We got a book. One of us in our VIP parenting circle, we have a VIP parenting circle. No, it's not available. It's not open for 2020. It's only open for 2021. And someone was reading a book. And in that book, meant for children, this book was bought on Amazon, meant for children. In that book, they were telling the child that it's okay to masturbate male and male. There's nothing wrong with it. That you can masturbate with a friend and there's nothing wrong with it. And you're telling me that you're sitting back and telling me that all you want to know about parenting is just go and spare the rod. You're kidding. You're joking. You're joking. Because this journey, this parenting journey in the 21st century is not for the lily livered. It's not. It is for the people who are constantly, searching for knowledge. You need to understand that the game has changed. Very, very important. All right. This module alone, facts about LGBT, gives you the fact, what you need to know, how to talk to your child about it. The world is telling your child that it's fine. Do you know how many children we're dealing with who are dealing with same sex, who are dealing with same sex issues right now? It's now our biggest challenge now is same sex. It's not even whether children are getting into the pornography now, is about same sex. The sex we're seeing life now is same sex. So we shared on how you can counter this whole a mess. And then module 7 talks about drug education. See, one thing that I know is that this particular course, we crafted it so that when you walk through it, that's the only thing you will need to do with your teen, when it comes to puberty and walking through it. Right? We shared on fact. People are not talking about drug. There's someone who just reached out to us. He was addicted to drugs for, I think, 15 years. He's going to come on the platform to share. And you're going to see the things that, how messy this whole thing is. All right? And then we have the module that talks about how you can help your child and the things that you can do. The devil is not joking. Momolola, that's the word. The devil ain't joking. The devil ain't joking. And we are here sitting back. Yesterday, I shared a video. They made a doll for you, for your baby girl. When she gets it, they are teaching her that self-stimulation is okay. While you're teaching, let nobody touch you. And don't touch. That's where you still are. Don't touch. Private part, public part. You'll be lost. If that is where your sex ed still is, that's where you're still operating at. You are still far behind. Wake up, oh! The train has moved. The train has moved. All right. So you must learn to create a family media plan. Unfortunately, time is already 33 minutes. A family media plan is something that gives you a setting that operates in your home. There is no assumption on this journey. I've said this over and again. There is no assumption on this. We are just assuming things that don't make sense. We're assuming, oh, yes, my children should know, they should know how to, oh, they should know what should help your child, guide your child to the point where they know what to do. It's your job. I've said it before in the broadcast. If you're not ready to do the job, hands off. Hands off. It is your job. I need to learn that this is absolutely your job. So creating a family media plan will help you. Okay, for the people asking me about the cost currently, the fee for the course is 20,500, and there's an early bird offer that expires in 48 hours. 15,500 naira. This course is everything that you need to know. In fact, people who are taking this course, we had 60-something parents who took it in the first batch. They said it is a school in TIP, it's a school inside the school. You need to begin to think beyond. Every day my head is working beyond. As these people are working, you need to be working. The devil is not waiting for you. The devil is working on strategies. You're working on hope. You're hoping that when your child gets on the internet, nothing will happen. How do you want to do that? How does that make sense? When my child is on the internet, no problem, nothing, he will just behave himself. No, the devil is not assuming. The devil is not assuming at all. You are the one assuming, and that's why what is happening is happening. The devil ain't assuming. So you need to wake up on this journey. So yes, there's a link that takes you to the class if you want to see details about the class, but that's not even why I'm here. I'm here majorly for the fact that I have seen a lot of people, a post was shared on when should I give my child a smartphone. I saw people 13, 12, provided they need it for school, provided you'll be so lost. Your child will be so lost if you're not going through this checklist and if you're not creating a family value, and a family media plan. There's no family media plan without family value. So if you must create family value, family media plan, you need to create a family value. All right. So because a lot of people have, bombarded us with questions, how do I create a family media plan? We put up a guide. We put up a guide that can help you. This guide is simple. This guide just helps you put together the things that you need to. We have had a family media plan from the very first time, even before our children were here, right? A few days ago, someone who had come to our house like 4 times, every time he comes, the TV is not on. Every time he comes, the TV is not on. He had to ask my husband, and he said, please, how come your children are not crying? They are not disturbed. They are not. I've come here how many times the TV is not on? My husband said, we have a working document that tells everybody exactly what they need to do. And everybody's aware. So I'm not fighting. The fight you're fighting is not available. What's the fight for? When you have created a system that should work. So so we put this together. We were going to sell this. My team had said, oh, so this guide is supposed to be for like 2,000 naira. But I said, no. In the next, the guide is ready by Friday. But if we're going to make payment, I'm going to be giving out this guide for 1,000 naira for anybody who wants this guide. It's a guide that will help you put family value system, creating the plan. A lot of people come to me to ask me every day. I'm tired of responding to questions. That's why I put out this guide. So if you want to have it, you can ask for our account number. You can send me a chat directly, and we will share with you what this guide looks like and how you can have this guide work for you. So part of what we are going to be doing is that you have a template that helps you, come out with this guide at the end of the day. Please don't assume that this thing, you know what you're doing, or don't assume that the children know what they are doing, or the children just know, they just have to know. It's not me. I'm not I shouldn't be bothered. The children should know. I have told them. Telling them is not enough. You're raising a Gen Z. We're going to have a class for how to raise the Gen Z. I need to do that class. You're raising a Gen Z, it's not the same. So that's how we are. After all, nobody taught us. It's not the same. When people are now beginning to build toys that will signal, that will program your child to tell your child that pedophilia is okay. And you're telling me that you want to sleep on duty? And you're telling me you just want to sit back and tell me it's the same thing? Oh, after all, our parents didn't have to do anything. Our parents couldn't have done anything. How many of you saw pornography growing up? What I saw about pornography was only what's it called? Hint magazine. I don't know. Go and try to watch pornography. Now, by the time they come back and catch you, nowadays, as you're handling the smartphone, there is porn on it. There's porn. There's all sorts on it. We're not even talking drug. We haven't even entered that angle yet. And every single one of us, we're just relaxed. I have a problem when I see parents just parent like nothing is wrong. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong. Everything is wrong in the generation. You can't sit back and tell me nothing is there. No, you're just careless about it. Come on. You just want to sit back and just tell yourself, no, it was there. That's how it is. Oh, that's how it is. Everything is wrong in this generation. Everything. Every damn thing. And we're still comparing generations. We're still comparing generations. Please let us begin to sit back to do things right. Stop beating children when they get into pornography. Blame yourself. Take responsibility. What did you teach that child? A parent reached out to me and said, oh, so we had our son. We caught him doing pornography. He was watching it in the night. We caught him around 11 p.m. The first thing you need to, even begin to think of is you caught your child around 11 p.m. with a gadget. Why? Why? It's because you don't have a family media plan. That is the only thing. It's because you don't, it's because you are still thinking, you are still having that mentality. You're still having that mentality. Ah, no, God forbid, my child cannot get into pornography. Oh no, hey, I'm hoping. Are you kidding? A child with the gadget, 11 p.m. watching pornography to 2 a.m. You should slap yourself. You should slap. When I mean you should wake up from that sleep and slap yourself. You're hitting a child for that? Why? For what? What did the child do? That you were sleeping on duty? Then you want to blame the child? I was upset with this man. I went gaga. How do you beat someone for your errors? How? And we're constantly doing this every day without thinking. So he beat the child and finished beating the child. 2 days later, he walked in and saw the child doing the same thing. I don't know when we're going to understand that we need to seek solutions. And not this our idea of once we beat the child, the head correct. You will not beat it out. Things like pornography are hard. Things like pornography are hard. they are very, very hard. You won't beat it out of the child. You will not. Look for, why not look at how you can even mitigate this whole thing? Why not look at how you can stop this whole thing? You're just sitting down, you come into the group, you stroll in, you just look at it, and then you go to where there's nothing funny about raising children in this generation. Nothing, no, nothing. The game is tight. The game is tight. Absolutely tight. And somebody tells me that all they need to do is just to raise children the way they know. What are you saying? Then a child makes mistake and then you also now blame the child for your errors? How exactly? So if you're handing over, let me recap. If you're handing over a phone to your child today on the basis of my child has turned 10, he can handle the phone, you are wrong. On the basis of my child's mates, all of them have phone, you are wrong. You've not checked all these things that I have said. You have not looked for how to create, the value system in your home. You've not created a workable document that shows a media plan in your home, and you hand over a gadget. There's something wrong. My children don't use smartphones. They use laptops, and sometimes they have to go to online with the laptop. Part of our family media plan is that you don't go online without a trusted adult. Did you hear the word? Trusted adults. Because we're not just sitting back and seeing that, there's all this, we just have to do, this and that. What plans do you have? What plans do you have? It is no longer business as usual. I get angry when I see parents who are parenting casually in the now. Meanwhile, the devil is putting up strategies daily. I feel like crying. Daily for our children. The devil is, but currently every minute, a child gets on a gadget, they censor the child, they show the child porn adverts, or they show the child gay adverts, and you are allowing your children are strolling in. Their social media use is about consumption. It's not even about productivity. You haven't even defined what social tech use is for you. How do you guide? How does a blind person guide people who have eyes? It even starts with you. With you. What plans do you have? Stop telling me plans fail. Yes, plans fail. When they do, you fall to a place that you can still hold yourself. When you don't have any plan, when you fail, it's crazy. Go back. Go and look at your system and look at what exactly you need to do to begin to create a system that works. All the parents that have gone through this course, walking your child through puberty. In fact, the parents in my VIP group, I think almost all of them have gone through that course. And when they did, some people called me crying. Some of these things are the things I have never thought of in my life. There's no casualty. They tell you come and create media plan for 1,000. You say I 1,000. Oh, 1,000 that you use and do and go and watch what's it called? Jokes online. And you watch it and that's it. Meanwhile, the things that are important to us, our priorities are wrong. Our priorities, parents, our priorities are wrong. Absolutely wrong. We're more interested in doing things that I don't even get. How does this begin to make sense? How does it make sense? That we're parenting without strategies. Meanwhile, the world is constantly hitting us with strategies, plans. What plans do you have? I'm sure if I do a sampling and say, so how many people have a parenting plan that they're parenting with? Nobody. Who do you want to see when your child is 26 and walks into your home? 22 and walks into your home. Who do you want to see? I asked the parents 2 days ago, who do you want to see? It's until you determine who you want to see from that end, that's when you can now begin to understand this is exactly what I will do. It has taken us almost how many months to be able to create the course Walking Your Child Through Puberty. We created it so that we'll be able to cover every angle, everything that you will need to ever think of a child going through. But do you know that during puberty, do you know that pornography, sex, is a first, thinker in the brain during puberty? It's a first thinker. Then you blame a child for going into pornography. It's a first thinker because you don't even know. You don't even know how to guide your child through it. And then you're just sitting back, making all manner of assumptions. And then you wake up one day, a child who is going through puberty, you haven't taught the child anything, you hand the child over a smartphone, bam. Of course it's just like you have given the child a key. Go and kill yourself. A key to a car key. Just drive. Go and kill yourself wherever it is. That's what you've done. That's absolutely what you've done. The question is, will you be looking at the things that are relevant for your journey? Will you be sitting down today to recreate your parenting system? Will you be sitting back now to recreate your priorities? Parents, your priorities are wrong. The priorities of parents in this generation is wrong. Meanwhile, we're referring to the parents, we're referring to the parents in the past. They didn't have what we are battling with. Our parents did not battle with half of what we are battling with. Half of what they are battling with today is crazy. Puberty is already crazy in itself. Then we are now raising Gen Zers in puberty. You're saying you're not going to learn. They announce classes, say, all these things that you're saying, be there. We're waiting. We wait for the fire brigade approach. And we will not charge you small money. I'm here saying it on air, and I know. So we will indeed make sure that you pay real money for me to go through waking up at 12 o'clock. Sometimes that's when you get calls of things happening because parents have refused to do what they are supposed to do. Please, before you hand over that phone, let me start recapping. It's already 50 minutes gone. If you have questions, please drop it. I'm going to, be able to answer your questions. Please and please and please. And before, one of the things that I have said before we start recapping is that you need to create a family media plan. If you do not have one, I know that many people do not have. I know, because I know that a lot of people have reached out to me and have said, because I'm getting to answer this every day. We have just put a guide, something that will help you. Come out with a document that states your family media plan. I cannot come here now and say, this is what a media plan should be. It will depend on you. It will depend on your value system. It will depend on what is important to you in your home. Your home is not mine. All right? So that's why it's a guide. So you get it. Like I said, this 1,000 naira is only for 24 hours. The moment 24 hours is gone, it goes back to the 2,000 naira. It's available from Friday. From Friday, we're available to give it. Once you pay, you can send the chat, and then we will send you an email by Friday to have it. If you pay after 24 hours, please, I will return your money. And I'm saying it for a fact. All right. So 24 hours, if you want to have the guide, it's only 1,000 naira, only in 24 hours. After 24 hours, revert to 2,000 naira. For the course, walking your child through puberty, the course starts August 21st. We already have payments ongoing for the course. It starts August 21st, but we have what's it called? We have an offer that is going on that is expiring in 48 hours. That offer makes you pay 15,500 naira. And before, when parents talk to me and they say, "Oh, sometimes parents say, oh, this cost is it not?" That's 10,000 naira. You buy a whole pack of what's it called, chairman pizza. You sit down, you eat it, and that's it. Come and look for what will save your life. And no, we will not do it for free. The ones we do for free, we know. All right. So you come and it's within 48 hours. It's 15,500. After 48 hours, it reverts back to its price, 20,500. The first time this class launched, it launched at 10,500. I'm not sure this class is going to remain at that same price of at that same price of 20,500 in the next cohort. I'm not sure at all. So you want to take advantage of these offers now, because like I said, these things are real. All right. So like I said, let me go over some of the things that we have shared today. I said that before you give your child a phone, you must go through the checklist that we have shared. This checklist is contained in our guide that we have, that we're giving out for 1,000 naira in 24 hours. You must go through that checklist. You must go through, create a family value system. We've also created a family value system as well for a template that you can use that will help you to create a family value system and put it, also, and make something that is, and put our family goals, our family vision and mission is actually, written. No assumptions. So everybody in my home understands that this is who we are. No assumptions. The values are there, no assumptions. And then I said that you must create a family media plan. And I said that we put up a system that can help you be able to put a guide that can help you create a media plan. No jokes. A media plan that can help you in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you come out with a document. So this plan, actually, let me tell you some of the things that this plan will contain. It will contain issues of privacy. It will contain safety, privacy and safety. It will contain issues of manners. It will contain issues of who are the family's list of trusted adults. It will contain diversity, all right? It will contain manners. It will contain building digital citizenship. So there's a lot that we have in this guide. I won't even, time will not even permit me to be able to share everything that is in this guide. So instead of me, sometimes I stay on the phone trying to respond to people, and some people I don't respond to get angry. Oh, I sent a chat to coach. Oh, coach did not do. Oh, coach, please. Some of the things I'm trying to, a lot of the things that we are doing is to put them into products that will help you straight up, so that when you use it, it helps your journey and it helps you get exactly what it is that you are getting. Yes, I said that somebody's asking when the guide is the guide expired. The guide, the 50% off for the guide expires in 24 hours. The guide is 2,000 naira. By 24 hours over, you will have this guide right for 2,000 naira, and it's fine. I'm sure a lot of us can afford 2,000 naira, but it's a very relevant document that you need in your home, and we have put it in straight format that will help you 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll be able to build this guide. For the course, the early bird offer expires in 48 hours. We've been talking about the course. We've been announcing the course. We announced it like how many days? Like almost a week ago. So we've been announcing the course. I don't even think that, but the course takes you through porn education, drug education, sex education, puberty, pornography, LGBTQ, all the things that We are afraid of speaking up. That course I've given you a straight point guide that will help you to be able to get, one, two, three. These are the things I need to do. This is how I need to do it. And then also it gives you conversations. It helps you with conversations, with your children, daily conversations with your children and the things you need to do with them. I did this course, and my husband was one of the first people that actually enrolled for this course. So he paid for it and enrolled for the course to be part of the course. He did it and he learned how to be able to walk his son through, the puberty journey. It is, a step-by-step guide on what you need to do. So if you're interested in that, you can send a chat. But I can see that Tobe, thank you so much, Tobe. Tobe has shared our GT account on this. GT account, the Intentional Parent Academy. You can pay for the guide using this same account number. It's there. If you also look at the description, you can see the link that takes you to this class, Walking Your Child Through Puberty. You will see everything that you'll be learning in this class. This class is one stop point. I know how many people, the 60-something parents who took it last, I know how many people they've recommended just from taking that class. That class will change your mind, about a lot of things. And like I said, part of what I shared here is just a unit. That class has 10 modules with a lot of units. All right. Yes, same account. For any payment you're making in the Intentional Parent Academy, it's same account. We use one same account, this same GT account. That's the account number that we use, and it reflects everything. So please and please, let us stand up today to do things differently. Let us stop, just saying that, oh no, this thing, I just need to do it the way I want. Please, I am begging you for the sake of the children that you're raising. Increasingly every minute, do you know that games are being targeted on children? Porn games are being targeted on children. Porn games. So before you give your child that, for no matter the age, I know that a lot of people expected that once coach comes on this broadcast today, she's just going to say, this is the age you must give your child a phone. There's no age. If you have not done all these things that I'm saying, even if your child is 18, don't give. And if you've already given your child the phone without doing this, go and retrieve and start this journey all over, because you are going to be making a mess. Suka, the guide is 1,000 naira within 24 hours. The guide is 1,000 naira within 24 hours. And if you pay after 24 hours, you pay 2,000 naira. My phone number, Tobe, please help me share my phone number on this broadcast. Thank you so much, Tobe. And, you will be seeing that. So please go back, look at your system again. If you have already given your teen a phone, go back, retrieve it, and start again and redo this. If you suspect that your child is already into porn, send us a chat. All right? Send us a chat if your child is already into porn. If your child, if you've already gone through this, you are holding a phone. A friend called me, and I think she's watching me here. My friend, she lives in Maryland, one of my very close friends. And she said, my child is turning so. I just bought her a phone. I said, hold it there. And I told her, she's here. I gave her the link to the class. I said, go and take that class and make sure that you create a family media plan. And I gave her, a guide to be able to create the plan before she gives her child that phone. So it's not about the age. It's not about the age. It is about the things that you have taught the child. So forget the age. Go and do these things. Review your process. Don't just wake up and hand over your child a phone. Please, and for everybody paying into my account, please. I'm going to review I can see a lot of people chatting me on WhatsApp, and please, until we're done, they will sort this out and then reach out to you. Thank you so much for trusting that you can do this with us. So you need to understand that you need to build strategies. You need to build systems. You need to build what works. You need to make a plan. Do not leave your parenting to chance. Interestingly, I've waited to see if there is any question. I can't see any question. So it means that somebody said, Coach, calm down. Yes, I'm calm now. I'm very calm now. It means that, anytime I just see that there's a parent beating a child for, doing something that they should have done. I'm pained. I'm pained. I'm pained because the child is suffering for, our irresponsibility, our ignorance, and it doesn't make sense at all. It just doesn't make sense. So thank you so much for joining me here today. And I can see that there were a lot of conversations right on our YouTube channel and also our Facebook channel. You're going to be here to be able to catch up, replay on these conversations, and all the links you need to, join the class will be here. If you are here and you want to have whatever, any of our product, our books, you want to have a copy of Connect to Correct. I'm wearing a shirt. Yeah, that's what my shirt says. Connect to Correct. You can have a copy anywhere you are in the country. All right. And you can pick up from your location. So don't give excuses. Please don't give excuses. All right. Don't give excuses about your parenting. There's no room anymore for excuse. Yes, Nkechi, thank you. If you're not on that course, you're on a long thing. Nkechi was on the last cohort. Thank you so much. If you don't, there's no excuse anymore. Excuse of, oh, I don't. You must pray. You must gain knowledge. You must everything all together, and you must have a workable plan that will walk you through this. No assumptions. No thinking that, oh no, I can just wing it. There's nothing to wing anymore. There's nothing to wing anymore. Go back and ask yourself. One thing that you must go home with today is the first thing that we shared today is, what is the goal of my handing over a phone to my child? Is the goal to become tech savvy, or is the goal to become socially techy? They're not the same thing. They're not the same thing. So you need to be able to differentiate that. And for you to differentiate that, you need to understand what exactly you need to do per time. It is 3 minutes past my time, Nigerian time. If you're watching me from outside of Nigeria, thank you. I know that Omola is always here. She's watching me from Australia, and it should be evening night, yeah. And thank you so much, my yard people. The people I call my yard people are the VIP parents in the intentional parenting academy, all right, where we have parents who have over 80 of them. We closed subscription, actually. That's why we have just 80, who have parents who are daily, pushing through, connecting. And I want to say kudos to these parents. They've given it their all, become so intentional every day, even in the things that they are saying, even the things that they are doing. And every day there's one book, we're reading, there's something we're doing that is changing the narrative every day. Your job is to change the narrative of just being careless. I hate the careless parenting system that is ongoing currently, in the system, where people are just relaxed and everything is just okay. The only thing that we do is just to beat a child who has made a mistake. Please, let us stand up. Let us wake up, because the journey is actually tougher than we can imagine. Thank you again for joining me. I'm grateful. Thank you. Don't mind me. So today was one of those days. One of those days that we needed to pour some fire, right? Everybody that have been here. So you can catch replay right on our YouTube channel, and you can catch replay right here on our Facebook group. And if you're just joining our Tuesday Q&A for the first time, my name is Wendy Ologe. I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. I'm the convener of the Intentional Parent Group. Facebook reputed this group to be one of the most relevant groups in Africa. This led us to represent Africa in California last year's October. We don't want to stop bragging about it. Yes, it's such an honor, it's such a thing. Yes, it's such a huge thing. So invite your friends, share these videos with them, let them learn also. Because it is one thing to say, I am doing it for myself. It's another thing to also say the world is also beginning to see this. Thank you so much. Thank you, Omolola. Thank you so much. Thank you, God. Thank you, my young people, always here. And I don't, they say things like, Coach, we're not tired of listening to you, and it amazes me. Thank you so much for trusting that I can do this with you. Thank you. You see, I see you. Thank you, God. Thank you, Tinu. Thank you, Faithful. Thank you. Honestly, you need that course like now. That's what Faithful says. You need the course Walking Your Child Through Puberty like right now. You need it. It is, an answer to a time like this. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And this is where we get a sign out. If you need that, any of the products, please reach out to us. I'm going to share my number right in the description of this videos. Thank you so much, and do have an amazing evening.